We started back in 1999. My partner Dwight and I started with a vision of creating a marketing organization that was more a service-oriented firm that allowed us to get to know individual reps. We ended up, the first couple months were a little tough. I always joke with Dwight that I appreciate that he didn't take a paycheck for the first 3 months that we worked together.
Blair had a vision, and I'm not sure exactly what that was, but he, in 1999, started Producer's Choice in July 99, and shortly thereafter asked me to come with him and be his partner. And me not knowing any better, I said yes. And we started out, it was pretty interesting. We had one office and 2 phones, and we both worked from that one office. And as you know, Blair's pretty quiet and reserved, so it was me trying to get him out of his shell a little bit in the beginning. That was the difficult part. I had to really try to work him to get on the phones and call people up, but we managed to make it work. So.
Well, we have several offices around the United States from, East Coast all the way to West Coast. And these guys are regional directors, regional managers. They cover a territory, and they're responsible for recruiting and managing relationships in that area and building their business. It's just like they're having a small business on their own, and everything that they do, comes through Producer's Choice. And so we help them start those businesses, manage those businesses, and train them on how to recruit and how to manage those relationships.
What I try to do is look 5 years down the road on where this business is going to be, and then realize that change is inevitable, and because of that, I try to plan our business 3 or 4 steps ahead. Now, some call that being a visionary. I call it being pragmatic, understanding that we're going to have to learn to embrace this change, because if we don't, we're going to be left behind.
I think one of the biggest things that we have is the ability to adapt to change. And early on, back when we got started, there was a lot of change in our industry, just like there is today. And I think one of the things that we've always been able to do is adapt to those changes, foresee some of the changes that lie ahead, and really realize the opportunity that's there.
One of the reasons that Producer's Choice has been tremendously successful is that we really take an honest approach to marketing product. We don't really have a lot of fluff. We really go in with a lot of honesty. We talk about the good and the bad and how we can really help reps build their business by getting to know them on an individual basis and using the right products and meeting clients' expectations.
And it's really our people here, and that's what it is. It's our people here that have made us what we are today. Our relationship building and our skills that we have on that one-on-one basis have really solidified those relationships, I think, to the point where people that come with us stay with us. And, it's not necessarily overcompensation. It's just about establishing and forging those business relationships. And it's the people here that have that dedication, that drive, that enthusiasm, as well as our regional managers all across the country. They have that same mindset too. And so, there's so many products out there. There's so many insurance companies out there. But if you don't have that backbone, you don't have that structure of the people that really care and are dedicated to making this thing work, then it's not going to work. And so I think that's what's really made us number one with ING, is that strong relationship that we established through our people.
The 151A fight, it was probably the greatest thing I've ever done in my life, because our industry was under attack. I realized that if we didn't use all of our resources, NMOs as we see may have not existed. Everything would have been driven through another distribution channel. When I say it was the greatest thing that I'd ever done in my life, what it allowed me to do is I got the opportunity to work with every NMO in the country in helping fight to stop the federal regulations coming into our industry. I was blessed that I had a company that allowed me to do it full time. But the great thing about it is our industry all came together, and NMOs from all over the country stepped up to the plate and helped squash 151A. So many people stepped up to the plate, and ultimately we succeeded because we had different visions from all over the country working together, where I know that the SEC never believed we had the ability to put together this type of a fight. And I was so proud of our industry. And then on a sidebar, I wanted to thank ING. A lot of people don't know ING, while not vocally supportive of this, they supported me personally in the fight, monetarily and through their efforts. It was a team effort, and ultimately I'd like to think that I had a little bit to do with it, but it certainly wasn't me.
It's changed tremendously. And I think the biggest challenge that we have is with the changes that are taking place and continue to take place. Are we going to be a company that looks back at the good old days and reflects on those days, or looks at these changes that are happening as an opportunity to advance ourselves within our industry and within our company?
The changes I've seen in the last 5-6 years, there's a lot less NMOs than there used to be. This is a hard biz. No one ever said it was easy, and they wouldn't pay us this much if it was. The successful NMOs out there are willing to adapt. Those who hadn't have gone by the wayside.
You know, ING really built a product line even back before a lot of companies have moved more toward a broker-dealer friendly product. It was an easy fit for us. The company is very easy to work with, and their product line really just fit. It was a very client-friendly product that they had created, and that fits very well into the broker-dealer marketplace.
The partnership that we have with ING, I think it's extremely strong, and I think it comes from, you know, Dennis and Carrie and Chad and all of them, their interaction with us and their desire to work with us and partner with us, just like we do with them. And it's that strong relationship that has established us as partners, just like we're partners with the reps that we work with. So they do business the same way we do. And I think that's what's really made us a great partnership.
I think one of the great things from an input perspective is that ING is always asking us, you know, what products do we need? How can we support your business better? You know, we're out on the street, we're talking to brokers, we're talking to agents, we're talking to reps all the time, and we get their feedback, and ING's pretty much had an open ear to that, to be able to listen to what it is that insurance agents and reps want, what the desires are of their clients, and be able to adapt to those things and introduce new products to the industry.
Ultimately, ING for us has been a great partner, and we're committed to continue to grow our business with them and expand into parts of the industry that very few of us are working in. Let's go. The History of Producer's Choice by Blair O'Connor.
I would joke with Blair, we don't want to be on the camera because it's probably the Madden curse of being on the cover of Madden.
That's after he's fired me 13 times throughout the last 6 years too, so.
Ultimately, we just want to do our business, go on our merry way, not make waves, not cause any trouble, not get terminated by ING for this video. Thanks a lot.